wrong with that. And how long does it take to heal after a death match? Is it a couple of days normally, or could it be longer?
It depends, really. It depends how bad it is. Like, I've had bits of glass in me that have lasted like months. From one of my first death matches in the UK, that one with Antonio Gonzalez, I've still got half a drawing pin in my leg. And then when I severed my artery with Iceman, that took like 3 weeks to get all the stitches out when I severed it in my head. So
I was going to say, what's the worst injury you've had, but I think you've just answered it.
That, definitely. So it was first light tube of the match. Hit me with a bundle. Took it, fine. And the bottom half of the bundle, it was all the jagged side that broke around my head, bounced down and stabbed me straight in the head. So I finished the match like 10 or so minutes later, I think. I just got taped up during it. Then went to Hull A&E, sat there while some woman was absolutely pissed out of her face, asking me to buy a bottle of Lucozade. Just went, oh, don't feel so bad for me black eye now. And, you know, there's a picture in like the photo book, and I've still got all my gear on, and I've got like stitches in my head, and there's literally just, I'm covered. Like, if you ever look at the footage, I think I'm skewering Iceman's arms with some bamboo skewers, and blood's like raining down, and you think, oh, he must have stabbed him with those skewers quite hard, but it's actually like squirting out my head.
What does the NHS say when you have to go to like hospital and stuff? I'm always curious.
I think I don't know. They're always really nice, but what they probably think is play silly games, get silly prizes. I work for the NHS anyway, so it's
okay.
You know, so you know, I'm doing my good deed.
So let me get this straight: you work for the NHS, but then in the evening you do deathmatch.
Pretty much, yeah.
I would say, mate, you're a very unique individual.
Yeah, I mean, I've come to work before with like glass coming out of me and stuff like that, and they're like, rough one. I was like, yeah. They're like, right, come on, let's get to work. 14-hour shift later, so.
I can just imagine you going in the day after going,
No, like most of the time when I do shows on a Sunday or something, I'll get booked to work on like the next day. So Lust for Death 2 was the Saturday night in Dundee, and I drove home early the next morning and did a night shift for 10 hours day after fighting Alton Thorne. So
he's actually on the show soon as well, so I'm going to ask him about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the amount of stuff that was in that match was just, yeah, painful.
So when we put this obviously on Instagram, one fan obviously sent a few questions in, so we'll knock these out of the park. First one was, it's like a 3-part question. So first one was, who is your favourite opponent?